So this segment of the podcast right here, this is what we call a cold open. So we're trying to be a real podcast. So the first 2 to 5 minutes, we're supposed to do a cold open. So this is what we call a cold open. So
is it
just like, what was that?
Why is it cold?
Because it's hot here.
Because you're not warmed up. Like the audience isn't warmed up. It's just like, hey, what's up? We're here, but they're warmed up now. So
It's kind of like foreplay.
Are you sure?
Like foreplay, yeah. Cold open could be considered that. I suppose.
Oh, I'm done already. Like,
see,
I mean,
that's all Mark
I'm done
needs
during foreplay.
The 5-second intro video, and he's done.
Let me take a nap.
Kind of like exactly the same as it is with his sex life. Same thing.
All right, I gotta welcome the viewers. Okay, hey guys, welcome back. And if you're new here, that's Mark over there with the guitar behind his head and the bad haircut. Down there, that's Joseph, Paul's balls, and right here is
fat guy.
Oh, okay, whatever. You guys gotta be so mean. Jeez, dude.
I mean, my mom does love you though. I mean, it says it right there.
So I'm Tim, strong jawline. You can see we got names. It's Cram. He's very creative. So see how he turned his name backwards.
Ooh,
it's very creative. I like that.
You guys have never asked me about the joke.
The what?
Do you guys think you can figure out what joke means?
Joke?
Jerk of all. I don't know.
Joke
of all time.
There.
Jerk of all time. Jerk off all the time.
I mean, Tim should get it.
Jack of all trades. Oh,
there you go. All right, I'm gonna change it.
You were trying. You did try. So, welcome back to another episode of Almost Entertaining. Regret to inform you that we have not quit. We have not given up, and we won't give up. So, but we got a great guest tonight. He's a rising actor, producer, local filmmaker extraordinaire. I'm really excited to get to meet this guy. He'll be popping in here after a little bit. Wait for some people. Is anybody in here yet? Is anybody watching?
Probably not. It's early. Sun's shining. People might be out.
We might need to push it out to 6 from now on.
Well, he got off work at 5. He said.
Oh, no worries. No worries. I mean, our audience, though, if everybody's just chilling. Coat chilling.
Let's talk about coat chilling.
Coat chilling. So on the way,
I love that.
so I okay. Where do I start? Do I start with where we were at or whatever?
Sure.
So we're on our way back from a comedy show, right? Me and Paul and his cousin and brother went to go see Ari Shaffir, which he was good. He was good, but I feel like the second act was like probably the highlight of the night. You know what I mean?
That happens sometimes.
And so on the way back or on the way up, I forget, but somebody had said, "Oh, I'm just coat chilling or whatever," and I was like, "Is it coat chilling or is it like coat chilling?" Because I always say coat chilling.
I thought you were saying coke chilling, like you're just chilling on cocaine or something.
It gets better. Now it's got 3 meanings.
Now it's got 3. But when people say, "Oh, what are you doing?" I'm just coat chilling, and I always think of coat chilling, so I just think of like a jacket just hanging on a coat rack. Just chilling,
I love
chilling.
That. I've never heard of coat chilling before. So
you never heard of coat chilling? So it's
like when I'm just coat chilling.
Probably like 90s, early 90s, like rappers used to always say it.
I'd say late.
Late 90s, early cocaine chilling.
Late 80s, early 90s. Yeah, coat chilling.
I love that Tim thought to himself that a coat was actually on a hanger in a closet. And that's like how chill I am. I'm so chill that I'm like a coat I only bring out like during some time, it's really cold. Like basically all summer. All summer I'm just hanging. Yeah. I love that.
Oh, what's up, Marcus?
But it's co-chilling? Are you co-headlining?
I don't know, like maybe. Just like chilling with.
I always thought it was co-chilling, like C-O. but I never knew why it was called that. So maybe I don't know.
Was this like a rap? Like, did a
Yeah,
rapper
it's like
say
a
it?
rap. Yeah, it definitely like Kumo D.
Okay.
Fab Five Freddy, like the old guys, like
Damn.
um, what's that guy's name? Melly Mel. Like they would say, like it's like in those kind of songs.
Mark, Mark,
What did I do wrong?
you didn't do anything. Did you? How did you go to Texas last week or something?
Yeah, San Antonio.
How was it? Was it hot over there?
It was hot. It was
Ah,
t-shirt and short weather. I didn't get to spend too much time outside, uh, but San Antonio is a cool place. People asked if I would like go there for vacation. No, I would I would go there because I went there for business. I enjoyed myself. San Antonio, the people were amazing. Bar scene, food because we were in the tourist area, so the food was. We had to walk. Kyle and I walked like 4 miles one night just to find food that wasn't like a tourist destination. Uh, but as far as if I'm gonna pay for a vacation, I'm not going to San Antonio. I'm gonna go to a beach or, somewhere I can just chill and not have to walk. But
San
back
Antonio's
to
all about walking.
it's a lot of walking. River
Yeah,
walk was cool.
yeah,
It
yeah.
was St. Patrick's Day weekend, so they dyed the river green.
Oh, that's cool.
Um,
It's not.
it's it's cleaner than I thought it would be. Like other than the wind, there was a lot of wind that would blow trash around, but it was cool.
I've never. We've been to San Antonio, but I don't really.
Yeah, we played. So I actually brought it up. People actually knew. So we played Taco Land. I don't know if you remember Taco Land,
I do.
but it was so it was the bartender, one drunk like cowboy dude, and we had no crowd. But that's where they had stickers for every bit like Mad Caddies, No Effects, all of our biggest influences. Um, but they sold, and apparently the new owners were putting stuff in drinks to take advantage of people, which sucks.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah, and
Was there
so
any like? So that was going on while you were there. Is that something they always do, or is that just something that they were doing that one time?
what are you talking about?
The Riverwalk.
Riverwalk is yeah. So it's cool. Like cities, like in other like bigger cities, they build on top of each other. So the Riverwalk is like lower level, and then street levels up here. So
Oh,
you're
okay.
just walking under the city, and unfortunately, like I said, you're gonna find places like Dick's Last Resort, which is a tourist place.
That's where they
Uh,
make funny
Talk
or
shit
like
to you.
they
Yeah.
berate you. Uh, but it was cool. People were hella friendly. Punk rock's there. Uh, huge Spanish heritage. So like there was a huge like I think every weekend in the park they do like concerts and vendors and stuff like that. So while we were there, there was a bunch of mariachi bands playing, taco trucks everywhere. But we didn't get to enjoy those because it was so busy and
So wait,
you
did
had
you
to,
get any taco truck while you were in Texas?
no, we didn't get any
What?
Tex-Mex.
Oh, you should have at least got
But
some
I'm not
people to compare.
the few times I've had Tex-Mex, I just I'm from California. Our Mexican food it's better.
Yeah, it's way better.
So,
It's much better.
but we did not. I wish we could have enjoyed at least trying it so I can say that like definitively.
Bailey wants to know if you took the gondola down the river.
No, we didn't have time.
Co-chillin is cool chilling.
You looked it up?
I'll be right back.
Yeah, it's short for cool chilling.
Cool chilling. How is that even possible?
Calm chilling.
Co-chilling. Why don't you just say?
Chilling.
You just say calm chilling.
It's like you're actually like really really chilling because you're cool and you're chilling.
That doesn't make any makes sense. So when our guest gets here,
Coat chilling makes way more sense.
coat chilling makes a lot of sense, dude. Come on, get with me on this one. Get with me on this one. Come on, now, get with me on that one. So when our guest gets in today, he's like an indie filmmaker. He's made some films already. Were you able to figure out what is Bailey says dumb chilling? What the movies are called?
I don't have all of them right now.
Yeah, I could grab that real quick.
But basically, I've always wanted to make like an indie movie. One of our guests, Dominic, which he's coming on pretty soon. When do we have him? We have him.
So he's an actor in a movie called Only Fangs,
Oh, Only Fangs. That's what it's called. Okay.
and
That's what
then
we watched.
he produced and directed a movie called Left to Roam. It's just the trailer's out on YouTube right now.
That's right. That's right. We'll probably watch it. So next week we got looks like Angelo's coming on, huh?
Yeah,
Hell yeah. That's gonna be a wild
yeah,
one. I might have to drink some
that'll be
beer.
fun. Maybe we will. Maybe I'll get hammered.
Sorry about that, family
I
shit.
always want to make movies, dude. I got a movie idea. I got like a storyboard that I made. You guys ever look at the storyboard?
No,
Send me
you
links.
sent it. You sent me like you didn't email it to me the first time you said you did, and then the second time I didn't get around to it. But I did try to. I did try to look at it. It's just that you didn't send it to me.
Let me see it. Oh, Canva. It's called Canva, right? Canva. Let me see if I can pull it up. It was pretty cool. I was just like,
I'm gonna go back to coat chilling, by the way. I think it's just you and your boys are just like you're all just coat chilling. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry.
No, it's perfect because as soon as you walked away, that's exactly what we started talking about. So that was actually perfect.
It's so true. It's so true.
So it just means it's short for cool chilling, I guess.
Which
but
coat chilling makes
Coat
way more
chilling
sense.
is way cooler. Yeah.
Coat chilling makes sense.
Fucking-
Yeah, I'm chilling like
It's
a
just
coat.
it's on the treadmill. Like you just
I'm
throw
hanging.
your coat on there, just hanging.
I'm chilling like a coat on a treadmill.
I wish I could make this bigger. Can I make this?
I'm hanging all day like a chandelier.
So I could, like,
I mean, and the other point, I'm sorry I walked away, but we've written like dozens of movies, all three of us together or separately, and have not. Our scripts, not movies. We've written scripts and.
it sucks because this is like so small. I wish I could make it like I don't know how to make it bigger so I could see it. So you guys can.
That's what
see
she said.
Here, I'll throw it up on the screen, but because I always want to make a movie. So this is a movie that I made. Share screen, storyboard, share. Okay, so it should pop up here. I wish I could make it bigger though.
Derek's on his way right now.
Okay, no worries.
Get them on
See, you guys
deck.
can't see that, huh? I don't know how to make this bigger. Oh, there it is. Okay, pause.
Oh, pretty cool.
So, can you see it now? Here,
Yeah.
Let me move you guys over. There we go. So you can see it now. So it's like, says description, shot, equipment. A uniformed officer sits in car on walkie-talkie. Medium close-up. Man
This is the
starts
one-
truck. Oh no! Wait.
Sorry.
Hold up. Go ahead. No, go ahead. I just need to go back.
Is this the one that we were like all texting back and forth like this years ago?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
found
years
it?
ago.
Dude, sick.
Yep. I made it. Yep. So okay. So it starts off scene one. Wide view of truck parked on the side of the road, like no one else around. Man wakes up in passenger seat. Time on radio reads 555. Man realizes he's alone. No one around. And then down here it says man walks around truck looking confused. Wide overhead. Checks his watch to see that 1 hour has passed. He sees the keys in the ignition. So there it goes. So then it cuts to a uniformed officer. Then it cuts back to the guy starting the truck. And And then he's driving down the road, and then he sees a random person, so he pulls over, stops the stranger, and needs help. The guy's like, yeah, or whatever. He gets in the car, and then I wish I could just click through, but it's like stranger gets in car, and they drive past the cop. Cop pulls him over, right, and then wide view of the cop car. Then the cop's walking up to the truck. The cop looks at the truck, and there's nobody in the truck. And he looks up
Oh,
and
that's
around.
cool.
There's nobody. And then there's just a little bit of smoke, like way off in the distance. And cuts to the guy he was talking to on the radio walkie, and there's something mysterious about it, right? There's like, I don't know if his eyes were glowing, but like whatever, right? Something's up. And then the cop checks his watch at the walkie-talkie, and they say, let's reset the experiment. And the cop starts the truck. And that's the end.
That's cool.
Like, we could make that with our cell phones, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that wouldn't
So it's like,
take. We just need a what do you call that? Drone camera for those shots.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one of those. I need to get one anyways for the channel.
I thought you got some off of Temu.
Oh, a long time ago. They're crappy. I gave them to Danny. He lost them or broke them or something.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what is Bailey? What is
Marcus.
Oh, what's up, Megan? Megan in the house.
Hi, Megan.
Guest host. It's our guest host. You're home. Oh, I got another guest host. Oh, my guest host too.
I want one of those.
Sarah.
Oh, she can't hear you.
I know.
Bailey's in here too. Here, let me unplug it.
Hi.
Hi, Sarah.
I still can't hear him.
So I'm gonna make a really poor joke right now. Tim and I both have bitches on our screen, so you gotta bring your dog on here. Sorry.
I thought that
Sorry.
I had that exact thought. That's hella funny. I was like, man, I don't have a girlfriend or a wife to bring up. I got my dog.
There's Zelda.
I got more bitches than all you guys, dude.
Bitches in the house.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
They are a lot of trouble. Oh, look at that photo. Look at that photo. Zelda.
All right.
Good dog.
Yeah, more apples, please. Just one more. That's it.
How does the coolest, hottest guy out of the three of us not have a girlfriend or a wife? That doesn't make sense to me.
You're too picky.
I'm pretty picky too.
No, I'm just kidding. I know exactly why.
Are you also the youngest? Like between you and Tim? Because I know I'm the oldest.
Yeah, I'm a
Yeah,
little
he's
bit younger
July.
than Tim. I'm
Like 2
July,
months.
yeah. Yeah.
So it looks like our guest is backstage. We're ready to bring him
Let's
on.
go.
I'm super hyped for this. I cannot wait. So, Paul, you want to introduce the guest?
Yeah, this is a friend of mine. His name is Derek. He's an awesome guy. He's in film. He makes movies. He produces. He writes. He acts. And we're just gonna get to know him and say hi to him.
Let's go.
Ladies and
There he
gentlemen,
is.
Derek Johns.
How's it
Derek
going,
Johns.
guys? Thanks
What's
for
up,
having
brother?
me. Not a whole lot, just dusting this podcast stuff off. It's nice to use it.
Oh,
Yeah.
very nice. You used to
Yeah.
do a podcast yourself?
Yeah, back in the day, me and a couple friends, we did it's called the Retox podcast, where every week we feature a new beer, just get drunk and talk. So it was cool.
That's a cool name.
Yeah, it was about 5.5 years of just us drinking, and then it was like,
Oh, welcome.
I think we need to
You're
stop
my
for a while.
people.
Yeah, eventually you hit all the beers, and
I
then,
mean, I'm only drinking Bud Light, but
Oh. I'm sure that was on there.
So you guys go through every beer?
Derek,
go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go. I was gonna say, Derek, you drink beer?
Oh yeah, no, of course I just go to bars to hang out. You know, just bring my own apple juice, fill it up in the bathroom. No one asks questions. But no, yeah, we would just take turns, whoever was turns that week, to pick up beers for the show, and do it and rate. Well, not really rate the beer, but discuss the beer, talk about it, the highlights, the maybe things we didn't
That's cool.
really necessarily enjoy about it in comparison to others, and then talk about whatever's happening in the world with a buzz. Sometimes too much of a buzz.
I got two things. A, I quit this podcast. Let's start that one again.
You're poaching.
And then
Poaching
two,
our hosts.
and then two. Did you guys discuss like if you had a hangover after drinking that, like to start the next episode?
Yeah, actually, how the one, if we started that podcast, it's been over a decade. I don't even think our listeners would have known we were gone. But so we just post and be like, oh yeah, they've been quiet. No, but the original format of the show was called the pregame, where we would actually go out on Thursday nights, and Friday nights, and then Saturdays, and then the show would be Sunday, and we'd air it on Sunday. So we had the week prior. I don't really remember the exact dates. There was a lot of alcohol, but the whole point was we would talk about our weeks and everything that was going on. Well, one of us had a county job where they worked in the mornings, where the other two of us were up to shenanigans. So we had all the stories, but also recording and talking about like, oh, the next days were rough. Yeah, but then we had to go back out because we have to get content. No, you don't. You just make good stories one night. It's okay. You don't have to go out and chase stories and conversations to sound cool. Weird things are going to happen. So it's easy to fill up time. But then, we changed that format because we're like, we got to stop. This is costing us money just going out, just to have conversations. So it was like, we could just drink beer. We could just call it. So we changed up the format a bit.
You could probably get like a whole like month's worth of content and enough shenanigans in one night, and just save little clips or whatever. So that's cool, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, good news is the three of us were degenerates most of our lives, so there's plenty of conversation just to kind of dip in the well. It's just like, I remember that reminds me of this time I got, drunk and talked to a statue for 30 minutes. So there's plenty of things to draw back on.
Usually I need mushrooms or something to make me talk to statues, You guys must have been drinking a lot of beer.
Well, I mean, we had a rule where, like, if someone offered you a drink, you didn't say no, and also you can't say no. You could say no, and most of the time should. Most of the time, because you don't necessarily know what they're bringing back to the table, and then now you feel obligated. It's like, oh, what is this? Oh, liquid death. Okay, it was just this. This is going to be really bad. Like Jägermeister and mixed with what? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, once you start mixing them, it's a little sketchy, dude, for sure.
Like it's 9:30 p.m., but I didn't want to remember all of this, I guess, but it's okay.
Do you still drink?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I just me and my friends do an annual trip up to Russian River every year for the Pliny the Younger release. It's a limited 2-week release for a beer, and we went yesterday. So we went up to Windsor, California yesterday, and we had a good time. Afterwards we went to Lagunitas, and then we went to Hen House. So
Hen House. What's Hen House?
Hen House. It's a decent little Northern Bay beer company. It's pretty good.
I thought it was like a strip club or something.
It's not the cat houses here in Nevada.
No, yeah,
that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
That's exactly
Joe, it's not a strip club, but they did ask us to leave. But yeah.
Oh, that's great, dude.
But no, it's a good day. It's a trip we do every year, and it's unfortunately, since it's a limited release thing, you're waiting in line for about 5 hours just to get in, and there's like 2.5 hour time frame you're allowed to be in there. And you get 3 little 10-ounce pours of the Pliny the Younger, so you get 3 of those, but then you get to take home 3 bottles if you purchase them. So it's
I've heard about this.
Yeah,
that's Willie Hernandez. We've had him on. We'll probably have him on again. He's into that. He's really knows a lot about that Pliny Elder.
Oh yeah, it's one of our group favorites.
Yeah, Pudis as well.
Pudis.
Yeah.
Where is Pudis? I'm surprised he's not in here right now.
Do you actually float the river and?
Oh no, we drink too much. So we're not. No, we're the most like dangerous thing we do is like have the
Drink.
same conversations every year. So like it's just like oh, I think this is gonna make 3 of us mad. I can't remember, and then you sure enough, yep, shouldn't have brought that up. Yep, but
That's
Yeah.
like the 3 of us.
Yeah.
We get together. It's just
We
like,
fucking
damn
end
it.
up arguing, fighting all the time. That's
oh
so
no, yeah.
we
And the
don't
great,
do no. We don't.
my
do
favorite
any
part is
illegal
being the
trips, though.
triggers, just triggering them a little bit. That's my
Yeah.
fun. It's like just drop this right here and we'll
Yep.
walk over here.
Yep. I do it to Mark like instantly. He instantly triggers me. I instantly clap back, and he's like, "Oh, you're already in a bad mood." And it's like, "What the fuck? You like attack me?"
That's
I
how it
just end
started
myself.
today.
Yeah.
That's how it starts every day.
God,
Every day. It's just like,
Every day.
oh, you're in a bad mood right now? Let's go.
So those
Let's have
buddies that you travel with or that you take that trip with, are they local? Like you guys grew up together, or is it?
Yeah, we're all from the Modesto series area. I'm still from Modesto. 2 of them live in Ceres. Then we meet up with a buddy in Elk Grove and a buddy in Sacramento,
Okay.
and then we drive up from
And
there.
you guys all
When you-
grew up together?
They seem to or one we have a friend from the Bay Area who drives over too. He gets Ubered over, but no, we've all met each other over time, which is weird because I didn't know any of these guys as kids, but we all met. I met one of them at a bar, and then one of them introduced me to another one, and then all of a sudden we're at a party together, and it's just like, oh, I guess we're all in the same fantasy football league now together. So let's get drunk.
Rad, dude. That's cool.
So
Derek,
Are
do you
you guys,
shoot? Do you shoot your movies in Modesto a lot, or is it like do you go?
different places. It really depends on the story and what the locations require. But yeah, the closer to home, the better. That's just it's more money in your pocket, less calls and finagling you have to make. For example, we just anybody who's willing to like, oh wait, everyone wants to be part of a film. That's the great part. Whether it's just like you're like, well, there's a scene with a living room. I have a living room.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just like, okay, yeah, you want to be, yeah, dude, that'd be great. And then it's good conversation for them. There's like, yeah, shot a movie in my house this weekend. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
it about? I don't know. I have no idea.
And they'll share it too. That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
It's out. It's like, hey, this was filmed at my house. Check it out. And they'll send it out to a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, and they get credits, location credits for that. It's great. But then there's other situations where you have to be way more of a professional standing. For example, upcoming film we're shooting called Hunger. We're actually shooting, and I'm wearing the hat. This is so I did not plan that. But Strawberry, California. There's the Strawberry General Store up there. We've been talking with them. They're gonna let us shoot there for a little bit. That's cool.
Oh, that's hella cool.
Yeah,
I used to sled there in Strawberry County.
Oh, I used to buy schnapps there before camping trips. Yeah. They had a root beer schnapps that I was just, you know what, it's so good, and it's like gone before the tents were up. So,
That's awesome.
Yeah, they don't sell that anymore. I looked. But
so how do you meet all these people that you make the movie? Are you usually like do you do like the writing, the directing, the producing, and everything?
over time, I've become there more and more hats get put on my head, and it's more about like there was a bit of a drought of things, and like I just wasn't getting offered roles or asked to audition for things for a while, and it's just some other people that I know in the area were the same. It's just like, well, why don't we just start doing our own? Like I was like, I had a movie idea, and just write it. And it's like, all right, well, I can ask people, can we shoot here? I know actors and actresses, we can get them involved, and then as easy as it sounds to say that, then you have months to a year's worth of prep, and then your months of shooting, and nothing's going to go right because they don't have like great budgets to like make sure like everyone feels like this is a job. We all have actual jobs. We all actually have real lives and things to plan around. So it just becomes like that hobby second job that where your itch to that passion is really the payment. So and luckily there's so much talent in this area that a lot of people have that itch. So it's just like, I'll help you scratch. Let's go. So
Did you start as an actor?
No, I was in my teens. I thought I was going to be the next like Bam Margera without the talent. Yeah, and
just hurt ourselves.
Yeah, and I just had a bunch of friends and stuff, and then I had a friend who went to Berkeley Film School, and he was doing a big project, and the actor that was the main actor bailed out, and he's just like, hey, can you help me out? And I was like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. And he's like, you lie to all our parents. It's just that in front of a camera. You got this. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay. All right. So we did it, and it was in film festivals up there or in Berkeley. It was getting a lot of talk. They ended up playing it here at the Riverbank Galaxy Theaters. So that was kind of cool to see yourself on the screen. And then a bunch of, my friends' parents were like, Derek, you've never known what you were going to do, but you should probably just stick with this. And I was like, all right. So I just started doing JC classes for theater, and
JC, baby.
Just got the bug, and
Dude,
I just started doing that. Yeah.
So my daughter's in theater. She does a lot of drama club, and she was over at what's it called? GCYA, whatever, like Gallo. They have like a youth program over there. So she did that for a while, and then she got cast in I forget what it was, but then COVID hit.
Oh,
and so then we were like, oh man. So then she didn't do that for a while, but then she hit high school, and she like brought back the drama club. So the drama club's like back in full force now in high school, which is cool.
Awesome, man.
It was a big deal when we were kids, and like I kind of missed out on it too. I didn't really even know like it was a thing in high school, but once she started getting into the drama, I was like, man, I want to do this. Like I want to. So talking to Paul today about you, he said that you go to MJC. I was like, dude, I want to go to MJC. Maybe I'll sign up because my daughter's going to MJC next year too. So
yeah, dude, they got a great theater program. It's kicked out a lot of talented people. I mean, we all know Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner. He got his little bite with the theater bug with JC, and now he's mayor. What is that? Mayor of Kingstown or whatever. He's Hawkeye. He's an Avenger. Crazy. Like, this is fantastic. I mean, Lindsay Pierce, she started there. I did Phil Oliphant. Yeah, he went to Bayer. But then, Lindsay Pierce, she was at JC. She ended up. Oh,
you're still here.
Okay, cool. Something popped up, and I was just like, well, I'm fired. Lindsay Pierce, she ended up getting casted as the witch in Wicked on Broadway. Like, there's so much talent that comes from here. Her name's escaping me, and I feel bad because I looked it up earlier, but she's in She-Hulk. She's like the She-Hulk's best friend on the show. There's so much talent that comes from here. It's ridiculous. It's just not we're getting more and more venues for it, which is fantastic. Gallo Arts being here is fantastic. JC Theater Program is still booming and doing things. There's the youth programs that are fantastic, but there's so much untapped talent here, and it's good to see people doing stuff. And the 48-hour film festival that the State Theater throws that just happened 2 weekends ago. People making little 5-minute shorts and competing just to. It's pretty fun, man. It's exciting.
Do you do that often? Do you make those? Do you make like the shorter films and stuff like that?
Well, yeah,
I've seen their like previews, but I didn't know if you had any short films like that.
Yeah, so with Nickel and Dime's Pictures, I did a lot of short sketches with them, and like it's just little short fun videos. They're just like, you have an idea, it's just you can't. It'd be too much to flesh out for a whole film, cost too much. So like, why don't we just do a little short? So I would do a lot of films with them, which were fun. The 48-hour film festival I did with that same group last year, and it was fun. They only select 16. Ours wasn't selected, which is fine. But we had a great night. State Theater sells beer. That came full circle. But
you're speaking my language.
It's not a crutch. But we signed up again this year. But unfortunately, I had the flu, so I got to participate via text and just how's it going? That's okay. So it kind of kills you when you don't get to be part of it, but. It's still glad to see my doing it.
We got somebody in the comments, Marcus Jerome. He's asking where you can find your movies at. I actually got an OnlyFans teaser trailer loaded up on YouTube.
OnlyFans? OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. What did I say? OnlyFans?
You said fans.
OnlyFans, bro.
Yeah. I'm still working out the subscription details for that. OnlyFans. Yeah, A&P Films, another local production crew. They have they've done plenty of films: Murder Size, Streets of Vengeance, Slasherette Party. They're pretty popular in the indie horror realm. And this is, as you can see, this is Grisada Park here in Modesto, if you could tell. They got a great little fandom following, and they've been able to get really good budgets for film, and so we get to. I was fortunate enough to be part of this with them. That Drew Maverick right there. He's a pretty well known indie horror producer and actor. So it was great to meet him and be on part of this with him. The blonde that was earlier, Kansas Bowling. She's been in. I think she was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So she's worked with QT, Mr. Quentin Tarantino. So that's dope. But a lot of local talent was brought into this. A&P kept a lot of the smaller roles and a lot of the yet pivotal characters local. So they do a great job of making sure that it's they're
how does
they use the well.
So how does somebody like A&P Films find the talent?
Oh yeah, it's. I think you start with what you can. You do the auditions, and I can't speak for them. I actually don't know. Like we've known each other's reputations over time, and they approached me asking me if I would be consider a role. I read
That's
it,
cool.
and it was thought about it, and it seemed interesting enough. So I thought, yeah, let's jump on this. But I would assume like starting off their first film, it's probably asking favors and talking to people, who networking with who and then. You get that first movie out, it gets some good talk, you get some good exposure, and then people, you get to maybe get a little more braver and ask some maybe more known names in the indie realm. So that's what I imagine, because it seems like each time they do one, they get some names. I go, oh wait, oh that's cool, they're in their film, that's legit. It's interesting enough too that they. Like I said, they keep a lot of it local, which is great for a lot of the local talent. I really like that. But also the people I met on set, never thought I'd either work with people. I didn't even know these people in indie horror. I'm not a big horror fan. Like I've been studying horror and looking at horror, but like meeting people and then going back and seeing, okay, what are they in, and what are they known for? And it's just like, oh. That's cool. Well, I should have talked to that person more, but so it's really interesting how like their web of networking that they've been able to really generate, and it's really cool to see something local.
So I know they won't ask. So how does someone start writing songs as a score? Because these two people are artists and write songs. How do they get to score a movie or, featured writing songs?
Oh yeah, I think it would just be the same thing. Network, talking to people that are involved. It's like, hey, I write songs. I write beats. I write, I mix and all that stuff. I'd like to, would you like to listen to some of my stuff? Like, because maybe a project that they're working on right now, just like, oh, it has a vibe that I'm looking for, and honestly, it comes back to like. You could pay for music. Then there's plenty of free music online. But at the same time, does that help someone else that's local? Like that's a great networking right there. It's something that's not out there that someone could just grab. And it's something that I work with this person for it, and they're going to work with me for it. And that's awesome. And then maybe we build a relationship, a working relationship that way, and. I get that little.
It's so sick.
I get that little edge of having like a music producer right there going.
I think we just got a gentleman's handshake, by the way. You guys.
Oh yeah. Oh, I've already talked to Joe about some stuff.
I know.
I've been. I'm a fan. So
Thank you.
The majority of it's just me at the bar. Just you got something that sounds like this, but and he's like, yes, and I was like, damn. It's like.
If I don't, I'll make
cool.
it.
Yeah. He's come back a little late sometimes. I don't know. He might have just done it right then and there, but I don't know. It's just like bathroom break, little, But no, he's he's definitely surprised me. I was like, oh yeah, we're working on this project. Oh, sound like this? I'm like, holy shit, yeah. It's like it does kind of have that vibe. Yeah. That's
awesome, man.
That's so sick, dude.
But hey, talk to some folks.
Yeah,
definitely.
I showed these guys that song that I showed you, and yeah, they were loving it. But Tim is pretty much the best actor that I know. So if you can find a role for him in anyone,
I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
Some of the best actors don't even they don't think they are. Or they don't do it. You never know until you do it. But
I've always been like, I could be an actor. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
so fun. I'm good at memorizing stuff. I don't know if that's a prerequisite or not, but
I don't know. I think as you get in front of the camera and you can memorize lines or at least get the conversation from A to B without ruining the shot, I think nailed it. But yeah.
Nice.
That reminds me. Have you worked with Rourke yet on anything?
Rourke is actually cast in this upcoming film. Yeah, he's me and him are actually two of the leads.
And that's Hunger?
Really excited. It's Hunger. Yep. We start production. Production started, but we start shooting. I believe me and him start shooting in 2 weeks.
Hell yeah!
I've been trying to lose weight so I don't look 300 pounds next to him.
Tim, take some notes.
Yeah, we've had Rourke on. He makes me look fat too.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, dude, he's just like I'm looking at myself in the camera right now, and it's just okay. But yeah, no, yeah, it's I'm excited to work with him because me and him have talked about things too. So like to finally get something together and see it on paper now, it's great to have conversation.
I got a question for you.
Yeah,
when you so like, is Hunger like a movie that you wrote and like came up with on your own, or
no, it's a movie idea that was pitched to me by my friend Shane Myers, who's also an OnlyFans. He's had this idea for a while, and he pitched it to me while we were just like standing outside one night, and I was like, that's actually not bad. And he's like, yeah, I think it'd be a great little like 15-20 minute film. I was like, well, I stopped there, and so all of a sudden a year
what's
later,
like the next step? Like he pitches you, and then what would be like your next step? Like,
we sat down and kind of like blueprint it. Like, okay, well, what would be what would get these characters to this situation? The main idea for the film. What would get them there? Okay, it was like, well, let's give them a little background. Why should we care about these characters? Let's make them relatable. Or why should we not care about these characters?
And what does that look? What does that process look like? Is that like sitting down at the kitchen table just with like binders and notepads and just kind of?
Yeah, I mean, we're doing it right now. Just four different rooms. Yeah, it's just sitting down and actually like, okay, let's be serious about it. We want to talk about this, all right? Yeah, with notepads to write character names and ideas for characteristics and personalities, behavior, but also what's going to move that, what's going to get us there, and then when we get there, do we care? Like it's very like if what's the point of a whole movie if you just watch some people and then you get them. Some people just get in situations just like you've had people tell you about a weekend they had and you're like, wow, none of that was interesting.
Yeah. So I make YouTube videos and I know like
that was boring.
Yeah.
Thanks for that story.
Yeah.
And for the YouTube videos, it's similar. Like you got to create a little bit of suspense. Like you got to like every video, they're all painting videos, but you know, at some point in the video, you're like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish this job on time. You know what I mean? Just throw that in there. Cause it's like, it's one of the little puzzle pieces that you're supposed to have while you're telling a story. Right.
Yeah.
So I've been like, it just intrigues me. And I always love when I'm watching like an interview with either a producer or director or an actor, and the actor will contest the director, be like, you know, the character would never say that, or the character would never do that.
Yeah.
I remember on Gladiator, Russell Crowe, they kept telling him like, just go to your knees or whatever and start crying, you know, when he sees his family hanging. And Russell Crowe's like, no, he wouldn't do that. He would go up to her, you know, and he's like, don't do that. Do what we say. And he's like, so he just went up and like grabs her feet, you know, like that's Russell Crowe, like believing is confident in his character that he knows his character better than the director does in that moment, you know?
Yeah.
Anytime stuff like that happens, I'm always like, that's so like, that's such an intense like thing, dude.
Yeah. And it's really interesting to see it on such a very unprofessional level too, like just local films or you know, you get hired for a project and it's not a big budget Hollywood film or everything, but you show up, you remember your lines, and then you see someone kind of test it and you're just like, all right, good luck. Like I'm not testing these waters, not for this project. Like, but it's always funny to see some people that are like, well, you know, you talk to some actors and stuff like that, and they're like, I mean, well, they hired us, and it was like to do a job, but yeah,
And so then once you guys kind of get all that dialed, then you kind of start writing the script.
Yeah, then you get down to the script, right? That script took us over a year to write, just the first draft itself, and just watching a lot of horror movies. And like I said, I'm not a big horror guy. In the past year, I probably watched more horror movies than I have in my entire 36 years prior. So it's pretty cool. I feel like it's helped me lose weight too, because a lot of the flexing and flinching and stuff. So dude, my core is tight right now.
I love that, dude.
But I've been told that doesn't count. So, but no, it's been really fun to watch it. And a lot of these times you're watching the same kind of story arc for a monster or a horror situation, but it's just little different details and that they switch throughout. Make the little original thoughts and creative things. It just makes it go, all right, good. I didn't just watch this movie 12 times. I watched 12 different ghost movies. So it's really interesting to watch. But it's a long process if you want to take it seriously. I mean, a lot of people go write scripts. I've written a script in 10 minutes, and people are like, it shows. This is not. You need to go back. And I was like, okay, thanks for your honesty. And you have to be able to take that. You have to be able to take that. And when you're working with somebody on their idea, this is his idea. This is Shane's idea that he's had for a while, and us discussing certain situations well, that ended up not working. How do we make this work? And it's just understanding that when it's your baby and everything, no, I don't want to fix that. It was I know, and I don't want to. I don't want you to have to fix it either. I liked it, but unfortunately, Shane, great creative mind. We still took us a year, but we knocked that out, and now we're getting ready to go. So it's fun. So when you're,
I'm sorry, I got so many questions.
So I can talk for too long.
This is cool. So when you're researching, you say, you don't really watch horror films, so you're watching horror films to research, right, for the film. When you're watching, do you what are you kind of looking for, researching? Do you pay attention to how you feel in certain moments and what was happening on the screen, and what does that look like?
Yeah, I think with great thing about horror and thriller is that what you need to look for is capturing those thrilling moments. It's every time I was you see someone walking down a hall and I'm just oh no, I was note, what did they do right here? Why am I on alert? Well, I'm
body language
in my comforter right now. So why do I feel like this is happening to me? Why
was it the music? Was it the lighting? Was it the
camera angles?
The angle?
Yeah, definitely. You got to take all those into effect. And sometimes it's dialogue. Sometimes it's just oh, I don't like what he just said because of how it made me feel. Ooh, I didn't care for that at all. I hope you die, and then they die, and it's just oh, good. But or if the villains have dialogue, obviously Ghostface, Scream, he's got some, but it's pretty on the nose with what they're trying to do, but it's great. They got the voice, whatever, and he's just right, who is it? Because they hidden behind the voice. So the dialogue is important because you have to pay attention to find out who it is, because the voice isn't going to tell you. So that's fun. Dialogue is pretty important. They have to be masking within, they're hiding within the words. So, but then when you have Freddy Krueger, who's just going to say this nastiest thing and just make us all feel uncomfortable and just oh, just kill her so you can stop talking. But no.
That's awesome.
It's crazy to think that, again, because these guys are songwriters, and so we write 3 to 5 minute long songs, but you're writing 90 minutes or something like that to tell a story, where, because we've all been in the same room and was all right, let's critique the song, but to write that long of a song, basically, your vision of what you're doing, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, if you want to get into it, the longer it is, the more time you're going to spend on it, obviously. But in these situations of writing script, it's all right, finding these characters, how do they talk? That's fine. But I think, honestly, I was in a band for a long time too. I played bass, so I didn't have to sing. But watching these
sorry.
vocalists write lyrics and stuff like that. Like you have a limited window to tell a story here.
Yeah.
Like it's still impressive. Like it. Some songs take years to write. You know, like you.
And
Doesn't matter how long the
like
script is.
snap
Yeah.
of-
Yeah.
some just
Yeah.
happened.
And you were talking about writing a story where it you can write it down in 10 minutes or whatever, and then it just becomes something. In a song,
You
it
flesh
can
it out.
happen, and you can write it in like a minute. You just came up with a 3-minute long song, and it can become a hit.
Yeah.
But a
how
movie-
you bring it to life. Yeah.
Yeah. A movie is a whole different, and now you got to spend basically your next life to bring that to life.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's. I mean, if just to have a difference, like a writer that writing lyrics for a song, it's fantastic because it's your creative mind, it's your creative process. You're right there. You don't have to afterwards go find a cast of 12 other rappers
Right.
to tell the story necessarily, and then find someone to hold a microphone for you. But but I will say it doesn't take. I mean, a lot of people can write scripts. I could not write a rap song. I could tell you that.
Dude, I watched this guy on YouTube, Isaac Carlton. Do you watch Isaac Carlton or heard of him? Do you watch YouTube at all?
Unless it's with my 9-year-old daughter, not much. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a couple filmmakers that I like to watch in there. I had a question. So, I think it might just be my perception, but is there like a reason why usually when people break out into like indie filmmaking, they lean into like the horror genre? Is that like a miss?
Oh no, I see that. Yeah, I've you see like you see like a bunch of actresses like what's her name who just won Academy Award for Honora. Like you see her track record is like it seems to be a lot of horror movies. Or Anna Taylor, she's got a lot of horror movies under her belt. It's like so I don't know. I think maybe it's just like you do some indie films, you get known for that, and so that you get kind of targeted for these roles and these type of films. It could definitely be that. But like I said, I'm just jumping into this indie horror thing. I was casting in OnlyFans, helping a buddy write this one, and it's just like, if you had told me a few years ago, I was like, you're gonna write a horror film, I'm like, no, I'm not. But yeah, it's more psychological thriller than like jump scare horror, but it's definitely like cryptid kind of story. So it's interesting. Like I don't know how people get tied up in these niches in genres.
And there's like genres within genres, like horror.
Yeah.
I think Mark showed me this movie a long time ago, Dale & Tucker versus Evil. Dude,
love it.
Dude,
Love
that
movie.
those are like my kind of like top favorite like genre of movies.
Yeah.
Those type, it's so hilarious, dude.
That's like a little horror comedy. So
horror comedy, right?
Yeah, it makes me feel a little bit better. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, people getting pushed into wood chippers and shit.
Yeah.
It makes me laugh so much.
You gotta have the hot chick for sure. She's got to be the final girl. I know that's the thing.
Like the token cheerleader, right? Get the token jock dude, the token nerd. Yeah, you gotta have all the. Is there like a formula for that? Is there like
tropes?
something? Yeah, the trope.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, I believe there is like there's this stereotypical, like if you're going to have an ensemble cast, you got to have it so that you can relate to everybody. That way someone can go to that movie and go, oh, I'm like her. Oh, she died. Well, dang. But it's, it's
right when you get connected to the character.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, oh, finally, great representation. Oh, okay. Well, I wouldn't make it in this situation. That's good to know. And know your place in real life too, I guess. Yeah, I wouldn't do well in a horror movie at all. If horror movie really happened,
Dude, I would
be
leave
the final
like
girl.
as soon as everybody knows when you're supposed to leave, but then the movie would just end. Everybody like, nope, fuck this, and they'd all leave. And the end of roll credits, 45 long. I mean, introduce all the characters for 20 minutes, get to the sketchy spot, they all get back in the car and leave.
I'd be the guy that's trying to make jokes to make himself feel more comfortable, and the rest of the group had to kick him out because it's like, they're gonna hear us. You shut your mouth. I'm like, you sound like my ex, and then I get killed. So yeah.
So I guess what kind of movies would you prefer to make? Are you a drama, crime?
But yeah,
all of them?
no, yeah, it's funny because I just grew up loving comedy, so like I think that was my my go-to. I wanted to see every comedy movie that came out. I was always wanting to be the funny kid, class clown, the one in the group that seemed dumber than everybody else, but it's kind of an act, just to make the fellas laugh. They're like, oh, that's Derek. It's me, guys. Whatever. But then the older I've gotten and the more I started watching, you start finding favorite actors. You start following their careers, and they start doing serious films, and all of a sudden they're nominated for Oscars. Now I'm watching Oscar movies every year and getting mad about all the drama on each Oscar. It's like, it's all politics. And I was like, when did I become this guy? But I really like have a want to do like dramas and serious films, but at the same time that could be a drama thriller, it could be a drama romance. Like I'm kind of
dramedy.
Yeah, dramedy. Like as long as that script's good, I feel like there's a connection and something that makes me feel like I can help this project. Then yeah.
So once you guys like flesh out a movie and you get it, all the people you want involved, and you get all the locations, everything dialed in, it's filmed. Do you like plan on like shopping it to like a distributor? How does that like? Because I know for us, like we record a song, you upload it to like use a digital distributor, and then they'll push it out to Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, all that kind of. Is it similar to that?
Yeah, it's similar in many senses. Like there's a lot of different places you can shop it to and get it streamed or get it marketed and sold. I know like A&P, they do that. You could see their films on Amazon and Tubi and Freevoo and whatever they're all called. There's a few places, streaming sites, you can watch their stuff, and so it's pretty exciting. And then you could purchase it online. But I think the majority of what local independent artists do is where they want to get their attention is film festivals. That's where it's a good way to get notoriety. And get the almost, it's like almost certified. You get a little seal on it, like, this was a highlight. This was talked about. Then more festivals want that film, so then you put it there. That's where you see a lot of them with a lot of the leaves,
the little olive leaves,
olive
branches, or whatever.
Yeah. So that's a great way to get some good exposure and get people also that are other local indie production companies and directors and writers out there watching, trying to find inspiration. They're like, ooh, it's great.
Now,
that's who I want to work with.
Do you have to pay for something like that to get your film into, or do you submit? Like, how does that process work?
I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't gotten really that far into the production level side of it, but definitely, I believe that there are some you probably have to do like submission fees, but a lot of them, like it's like submissions, and then you find out whether you get in or not. Because a lot of them do have cash prizes, that would help either reimburse you for a lot what you paid, or also, you start using that for the next project. So,
that's cool. Okay.
So, yeah, and there's film festivals everywhere. It seems like right now. So,
I have a question. It's not on topic at all, but what you look like 10 pounds at least lighter than the last time I seen you. You look like you've been doing. Yeah. You look good. You look healthy. Like what have you been doing?
Yeah. So for this film, I've been losing weight, and it's one of those things where like time gets away from you. So you're just like, all right, well, you got time to get back in the gym, do all this stuff, get that diet going, and then you're like, oh shit, it's February. I guess I'll just stop eating. So I wish that was a joke, but it's just literally cutting down. My production company or crew wishes it was a joke too, because there's a lot of Eric needs a Snickers stat, but it's minimizing your food, and then when you get used to that, again, and it's
Minimize the food again.
Yeah, it's not fun. What's been
So
really
you just been
helpful-
eating? You've literally just been eating less.
Yeah, I just usually do like one meal a day and I snack, and then
Damn.
that meal is, and the meal is not what I want, so it's never fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's it's healthy or whatever. but
Well,
it's
you look
cool.
great, man.
Thank
Either
you,
way.
appreciate it. Yeah,
You look
shirts I haven't been able to wear in a long time
You
are
too.
like back
You
in
look
circuit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey,
That must be a good feeling.
Jump
Being
out of
able
this
to
drawer,
put a shirt
buddy.
on that you haven't been able to put
Yeah,
on in a while.
exactly.
Oh,
That's
dude, I got some stuff in the closet. I've been just like hanging for that same room. Like, oh, I'll fit back in. I might
no, it was
get
like
in.
one day
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this seriously, and then all I needed to do was just not eat.
So is
but yeah.
acting and everything? Is that like your job, or do you have like a 9 to 5?
Oh yeah, I got a regular day job. I work for the Stanislaus County, so I government work, the cubicle stuff.
Okay, you wouldn't happen to be the guy that hires vendors like contractors, would it? Would you be?
No, I do not. Yeah, I assist people
Way to
fill out
shoot
their
your
CalFresh
shot.
applications. That's what I do. So
What do you do again? What is it?
I assist people with their benefits welfare applications, like help them fill it out,
Okay.
make sure all the boxes are marked, I's are dotted, T's are
Okay.
crossed. But yeah, so I just it's a gray cubicle job, and which is great because it's just like, I imagine it's like nowhere near exactly how like a prisoners feel, but it's just like.
Is it like The Office? Office Space, the movie.
Oh, I
Office?
wish they do shenanigans. They have fun stuff that don't get fired, and for
They're
some reason
robbing
don't
the
get
place.
fired and stuff. Yeah. We like everything. How the world is right now, you gotta be really careful what you say and what you're wearing and how you behave.
Oh gosh,
You
It's
get
so-
great benefits though, yeah.
You can't lose those benefits. Know what I'm saying? No.
Lose
Yeah.
those benefits.
Yeah.
Dude. Great
You
benefits.
get that 9-year-old who needs braces, and you're just like, God dang it.
No benefits, no benefits, no benefits.
That was that's one of my last couple questions I wanted to ask was, are you married and you got kids?
Oh, married? No. Yeah, kid? Yeah, I got one. Yeah,
Okay.
I got a 9-year-old. She's fantastic. She's actually part of the reason I still do all the fun, passion, love struck projects that I still do, because I just didn't I thought I had to give up 9 years ago, and I was just like, you know what? Well, I don't want her ever to think that she has to quit anything just because things get harder. So instead, I've just gone into credit card debt from film. No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, just showing her like what not to do at the same time. It's great. It's fantastic. No, she's a little ball of fun and exciting. She keeps me on my toes and keeps me active and keeps me driven. So it's dope.
Father of 2 daughters here. I got a
Oh, yeah?
23-year-old and a 17.
So I'm lying. Okay, all right. Called my bluff. It's cool. It's all right. We make mistakes. Some people don't learn from the first one. It's okay. It's all right.
That was awesome.
It's okay. No,
No, they're great. They're great.
Yeah.
They don't.
No,
I
it's
mean,
fun.
it's funny because I think they don't listen to me. I like try to tell them like, I'm trying to teach all the shit that like I didn't do when I was your age. Like they're just like whatever. But then they'll do something like, they were listening. They're listening. They just don't want me to have the like satisfaction.
Yeah, I got I say unfortunately I gotta stop saying this, but unfortunately I got a smart one, which is like good. You want them to be smart, but I also wanted to be smarter for a little bit longer.
Too smart.
But,
Too smart.
Yeah,
Too smart.
exactly. Like it's great. Playing chess, and she's like, Dad, stop beating me. I'm like, that's literally the name of the game. She's like, no, it's literally named chess. I'm like, go sit down somewhere. Like don't correct me.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
That's so great.
I like your attitude right now. Go away.
yeah,
Kids
yeah.
are great, dude. Just
Yeah,
get to mold them, Just try to-
Exactly. I think she's past the molding now. She's just like, all right, no, I got it from here.
She'll need you again. It's like this, It's like, because like right now, my youngest daughter is like more close to my wife, But my wife used to be like, "Oh, she always wants to hang out and do stuff with you," and I'm like, it's just like a wave. Like it just depends. Like I don't know what it is exactly, but
No, yeah, I get it. Like her mom is very driven and smart and very intelligent, and then there's me who's like, I'm gonna be fun. We're gonna have a fun time, and then it's just now I'm just seeing like, we gotta read something. You gotta do something. Like I can't just be the guy that lets you slack off too. So like, you read, I'll I'll watch Netflix.
Raising kids is hard. Being
Like-
adults is hard.
The 80s was when cool dads were cool dads.
Oh yeah,
You know,
No,
nowadays it's like you can't be the cool dad anymore. You gotta
yeah,
You gotta be
you
a
gotta
dad.
actually do it. You
Yeah,
gotta
be a dad.
yeah.
Yeah.
So my dad was doing donuts while I was on the back windshield. It was dope.
Yeah.
It was just up against
I
the
was gonna
window.
say,
Couldn't move.
Is
Yeah.
it just because parents didn't give a shit like as much? That's all it is.
I don't
Like,
know what it is, dude. I don't
like
know.
I remember being in the passenger's seat while my dad was pounding a tall can. You know what I mean? Like it's just not the same.
I remember
Like
some stuff too. Yeah, but you can't get away with that crap nowadays because you got
Exactly.
Karens
Yeah,
and
yeah, no,
everybody's freaking wants. I don't know, man. You got too many social justice warriors.
Well,
Yeah, it's funny, I
My
always
dad
like
would
it-
just give me money. Just be like, all right, here's $20. Go play video games. All right, cool.
Brad.
So
Just-
I was like, yeah,
Sounds cool.
awesome. I had a bike and I played video games.
80s was different, dude. Even the
Yeah.
90s, bro. It was just
Arcade
like-
games, not video games. Arcade games.
I'm kind
My
of
parents-
glad
yeah.
that. How old are you, Derek?
yeah, I'm 37.
Oh, so you're like our age. Yeah, so you
Yeah.
know what it was like back in
Yeah.
the day.
My parents were busy, and I had roof access. It was not good. Like it was,
Yeah, same, dude.
Yeah.
Parents were busy and we had roof
Yeah.
access. We did a
And I
lot of
think-
skateboarding and stuff. So, like, I rollerbladed when I was younger, but, you know, we're just all over. And then
Don't
we were
admit
playing-
that. Come on, Tim. Don't
Sorry,
admit
rollerblading
Hey.
school again, dude.
D2 changed
bro.
us all. All right, Mighty Ducks made us all want to rollerblade
Yeah, dude,
because
I
we
was
didn't have
aggro.
ice. You don't have ice here, but no, I think there was always like a bit of an actor in me even as a child because I'd go I'm just by myself. I'd just go lay out in the front yard until cars stopped to see if I was okay, and I'm like, why? And it's just like, oh, what the?
Dude, that's so funny because I did a similar thing. I climbed up onto my roof and stood up on the roof holding a flag, hoping that people would think that we got a boy-shaped flag holder on our. I'm just standing there. I must have been like 7 or 6.
That's
or
awesome.
something.
That's I just thought I was hoping people thought I was dead. Yeah,
But I
you
used-
you took it even further. It's like I don't even want them to think I'm real.
But I've done something similar too. I crashed my bike, not on purpose, but then I hit the ground. And I remember like laying there thinking somebody's gonna like see if I'm. Nobody ever fucking cars are just driving by. So finally, I just got up and was like,
Yeah.
whatever. You know, just
I'm gonna be my own gargoyle. This is what I'm gonna do.
oh,
Yeah.
dude, all the shenanigans from being a kid, man. Latchkey kid, right? That's what they call this. Mom's too busy working or sleeping. Dad's
Yeah.
freaking having time of his life partying still. My parents were
Yeah.
young, so my parents had me there 17 and 18.
Oh, my parents. My mom was 30 when she had me, so I was a little bit later. So,
Okay.
Yeah. So she was
Yeah.
at work. Like yeah.
Kids
Oh.
raising kids over here, man. It was crazy.
I don't even know my parents, so that's
You're a freaking liar.
Just the 20s they gave you. Just
Just the $20 bills, $20 bills. Well,
I
dude,
remember
that was
those.
fucking sick. I'm glad you were able to freaking stop in.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me
Where can
anytime.
people-
Man.
Where can people find your work?
So that's a great question. Like, there's a lot of little, like I said, sketches and stuff, nickel and dimes pictures on YouTube and stuff. But a lot of the films and stuff, I don't even have copies of them. Like, it's absolutely insane to me to think about it. But like, whenever people are like, I can
It's not that insane because
Yeah,
I know
sometimes I
that
can
all of
find
us
a
have
DVD.
music we can't
Yeah.
find anymore.
I
You know?
could, sometimes like I know I had a DVD somewhere once, but like I'll do a project and like I'll like it'll show the State Theater or like there's a like a awareness video we did and it was showed on down in LA on the local TV broadcasting for like 2 months and then there's like, well, where can we watch it? I was like, I don't know, drive to LA and find a TV at 3:30 in the morning. I don't know what to tell you. Like
Wow.
I can't even find it. Granted, I don't know if I want to, but yeah, but no, yeah, there's little sketch videos and stuff like that.
You said
a lot
nickel
of-
and dime. Nickel
Nickel and dime
Studio?
pictures. That was the group that me and some friends were having fun with. But we're
Are you
moving
typing
on to
it
bigger
right
and
now,
better
Tim?
pastures and stuff. So
Okay. Sick, dude. Well, we gotta have you on again, dude, after
Studios.
Hunger or before, maybe right before Hunger gets released or after.
oh
Hunger
yeah,
gets
definitely.
released or
Yeah,
something.
we could do updates and stuff like that. Yeah.
Maybe we can
Exciting.
get the commentary, the behind the scenes commentary going or something. Get you guys.
Is it
in there.
nickel and dime pictures?
Shit,
or
I gotta
studios?
go really quick, guys. I'll be right back.
Pictures.
Nickel
Pictures.
and dime pictures.
Is there a .com?
No, there's just a
It's
YouTube channel
Mark.
as far as I know. Yeah.
2025, dude.
It's
.com.
always a
You on
.com.
www.
Yeah.
You don't
You
have
think
to
we
do
got that money? You think we got that $13.99 a year?
You don't
Bro?
got that freaking domain, dude. Wix.
What about your
Squarespace.
like handles? Do you have handles? Is
Yeah,
that what
there's,
it's called? I don't know
yeah,
what it's called.
yeah.
That was
It's
good. You're right on that one.
Derek Johns Facebook, and I think it's the Derek Johns on Instagram.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, dude, you're not the
Yeah,
only
we'll go in
Derek
a minute.
Johns
Hold
that
on.
makes movies, apparently.
No, I'm like one of three, but one of them I believe is dead. He was on rest in peace. No offense and all that stuff, but I believe he was like a celebrity chef that had a TV show in like the 80s. Yeah, he's
Oh shoot!
Yeah,
And then
he's
there's the
got
other
name-
guy with the. We looked it up last night. What was it called, Paul? We thought it was. Oh, I
What,
can't
what?
think-
but another Derek Johns. That's he's got
Another
like
Derek.
some.
Oh, the other Derek Johns. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got some Hallmark Channel movies, Christmas movies and stuff. Yeah, no, he's doing some stuff. He just got the name first.
Because
Yeah,
Paul's like, oh yeah, Derek Johnson. I'm like, oh shit, he's got like all these nominations and stuff.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Derek's
fun.
like, who the hell is Paul?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
Joseph.
it's funny too because like my friends are like, well, someone got there first. I was like, no, I don't have to stop. Like
What was it like Michael Bolton on Office Space where he's like, yeah, my name is Michael
That
Bolton.
guy
Why should I have to
sucks.
change my name just because
Yeah.
he sucks? You know?
yeah. I mean, so many people have stage names too. Like I don't have to stick with it. This is fine. He got there first. I'm a realist when it comes to that. But if he all of a sudden just decides, you know what, this isn't for me, then
Or just throw your middle initial in there. Throw your
come
middle
back in
initial
with it. No, I'm just kidding. But no, yeah, it's funny that when people look me up and I was like, no, keep looking.
Oh, you're like scrolling second
Yeah.
page. That's so funny. I got a stupid spelling. Well, not stupid, but a different spelling of my name. So if you spell my name right, I show up. But most people don't spell it right. I got aunts and uncles send Christmas cards still spell it wrong, which is hilarious to me.
I
Like,
get called
which
John all the time. So
They can't even say like, "Oh, it auto-corrected." It's like, no, you wrote that with a pen.
Yours is different, but mine is normal nowadays, and people are just like Mark with a K. I'm like, how do my family not know that it's Mark with a C?
You set the precedent, man. You're the freaking you're the trendsetter, Mark.
there you
Embrace
are. Yeah.
it.
No, I was not.
Embrace it. Embrace it.
Yeah,
Well, shit,
I think
dude.
a lot of people see me, my name though, like especially if it's the full name, they'll see like Derek Thomas Johns, and they meet me and they're like, "Oh, you're not what I expected." I was like, "Well, okay, all right."
What is that? I don't know. Yeah, what does that mean?
Thought you were gonna be a linebacker or something. I was like, "Oh,
Well, the other
okay,
guy is.
I was going to say basketball player. So
Yeah.
Well, the other Derek Johns, I think the living one is pretty big. He's like a big dude.
Yeah, he's a tall guy. Yeah.
So when I was looking him up, I'm like, it's a bigger white guy. He's like, not really, kind of, I guess, maybe. And I'm like, yeah, here it is. So I'm just like watching. I'm like, oh shit. And then he's like,
Yeah.
wait a second, that's not him. I'm like, oh
No.
shit.
No, yeah,
That's crazy.
it's funny too because like I shouldn't forget, but I do forget. Like they're just like, it's like you did this movie. I was like, what? So I was like,
I'm like, I did?
it's like it's in theaters next week. I'm like, yeah. Like,
When did I do
what's the
that?
name of the movie? I was just like, because like I said, like I don't get a lot of the stuff I get, or I don't hear about a lot of the projects that like I'll go in shoot for like a week, and then I'm like I never hear about it again. I'm like, all right. So
Wow. So mostly acting is what you do, not primarily, I guess, acting, but you do it all, right?
yeah, I've done more writing and directing and producing in the past like 5 years than I've ever did before. It was just acting before. Don't get me wrong. It's all fun. It's just a lot of work. All the other producing, the directing, the writing, a lot more hats. The I would say at heart, the acting is just the fun part. That's just
There's this guy I know, Josh Graves. Are you familiar? Does that name
that
ring a
sounds
bell?
familiar. Yeah.
So he makes like indie horror films too, and he was doing like Shotgun Hooker was one of them, and like Night at the Cat, some kind of Cabin Fever, I think it was called. But he like was running 2 movies at the same time, one for like himself, then 2 for like some studios or whatever. And he ended up in the hospital, dude, just because he was just so stressed out and unhealthy, and he just had to back off. I was like, damn, dude, take it
Yeah.
easy.
It gets to be a lot. Like the one movie I produced just a couple years ago, we're still in post with it, trying to clean it up and editing. I had a long beard and long blonde hair, and we were shot out in the summer, and it was really hot, and just having to change shirts because like we're just sweating through everything. It's just like, oh my goodness. And I'm trying to direct and produce and act at the same time. And I'm just like,
I was wondering
I'm
if that
done
was
for the day.
if that was you. I was like, is that him in a beard and long hair?
Yeah.
I was like, trying to figure
Because
that out when I
the
saw
dude
that.
has a beard and long hair, dude. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
So I was like, beard and long hair. He's like, yeah. I was like, kind of a bigger dude. He's like, yeah, I guess. Not really big dude, but he's not skinny. And I'm like, okay. And I was just like,
Yeah, I didn't make it easy for you guys. That's fine.
yeah,
I'm
it was like a little treasure hunt. So, I wanted to ask too, when you've been filming like in Modesto and stuff, have you guys ever been busted for like no permits, or do you have to pull permits and stuff, or you guys just go?
So it depends. It really depends. Like if you're shooting on certain locations, you should have asked and like had permits and stuff like that. Work things out with the city if it's a city. Should have. And I say should have because like I'm not in charge of that. So, but it's funny because the film Left to Rome, when I have the long hair and the beard, COVID hit. So we're like, well, normally this would mess up a film, but since it's supposed to be a post-apocalyptic kind of setting where, you know, it's a dystopian where a lot of people are gone and things are broken and shut down, it's just like we really need to take advantage of everybody being inside. So like we were able to just go out and shoot in the wild and nature wild and having very little issue of, because you'll always find someone that's just you'll watch great footage and then you see someone in the background that's like just looking at what's happening. It's like, oh dang it, a little passerby. But we took full advantage of the COVID lockdown. Me and Andrew, both the cinematographer, we were both county workers, so we also were essential. So we did have like papers that said we could be out, but that's usually just to go to and from work.
Did you ever get stopped?
No, never got to. It never got stopped, thank God. But it's just like it's funny too. I think a lot of the times people see cameras and like kits, like setups and like
they probably
and stuff. So they're just like, oh yeah, they know what they're doing.
They probably know what they're doing. Yeah,
that's where that's supposed to happen right now. So yeah, that's kind of so everyone kind of leaves you alone. So or just screams as they drive by because they want to ruin a shot. So it's.
They want to be in the movie.
Yeah,
I feel like that'd be Mark. I feel like Mark would do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch that movie now, and hopefully I'm in the background screaming.
Me with the long hair and just in a jacket, just sitting down. You just see someone drive by. Leave that homeless guy alone. You know,
we had some friends that were in the movie Rent, but dude, they are literally. It's so funny because it's like people say it like if you blink you'll miss it, but literally, dude, if you blink you'll miss it. Like it's like so quick, dude. But it was like my claim to fame. I'm like, yeah, my buddy's in Rent, you know. My dad's like, yeah, my son's got buddies that's in the movie, you know. It's like 33 times removed. My dad's like repping it and claiming it, you know, to be cool with his friends and shit.
I think that's some of the best conversations too.
We took the joke so far where it was, you know how I know you're gay? It's because you're in Rent. So that was always the fun.
What was that from? That was from that was Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd, yeah.
Yeah, 40-year-old virgin.
Yeah.
You know how I know you're gay? You went to a Coldplay concert by yourself and left with someone.
So, but our friends, they were in there. They were like loading out music equipment. That's how quick it was.
Oh yeah.
Back or something.
Pan over, and then pan away. That was
I think that was the best because I lived in LA for 2 years too, and you'd meet other actors and you kind of network, and then you're trying to figure out how big they are or whatever. And it's like, oh yeah, I was in this, and but you got to see it at this second, blah blah. It's just like, oh okay, all right, well yeah, or just like, oh I did this, and they cut it and they didn't use it, but it was there. And it's just like, oh.
You can always say that. You can just be like, yeah, I was in it, but they cut it out and didn't make the final cut. It's on the cutting room floor, man.
And it's just funny. It's you meet an actor and then you're just like, oh, where we got to talk. We got to talk business. We got to talk and then you find out like, oh, we're not doing anything right now. We're both currently out of work. Okay, you're still auditioning? Yeah, me too. All right. Yeah, lines are long, you know, just
so dude, you're actually our first celebrity guest that we've had on the podcast. So, you know, you should our second one is going to be Michael Beach. Hopefully we can get him on here. I don't know if
come on.
That's celebrity. That's a guy right there. That's the guy that's a name drop. Get somebody on here. Derek Johns. You're gonna be like, which one? The bigger one? But no,
the bigger one.
No,
The bigger one? No.
Yeah.
No,
So
no.
it's I think
I mean, technically, we had Rourke on, right? So
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Rourke was like, he said, if I did it, he said, you did it, I'll do it. And I'm like, shit, should he maybe watch it first? I don't know if it's a real podcast, you know? I mean, what is a podcast nowadays?
we got Rourke, we got Derek, we maybe
We have Dom Rizzo on too. Dom Rizzo, another
Dom.
filmmaker. He's
yeah,
retired.
No, you guys got a good setup, man. I've been on podcasts that I'm just like, did you even hit record? Because like are we just talking? Like I don't know what's happening here, but I
Thank
hope
you,
don't
Derek.
hear
Thank
this,
you for
know, so-
thank
but
you
no,
for doing
this
it
was fun.
too.
No,
Really
this is
appreciate
fun.
it, man.
Yeah, I
Thank
appreciate you coming on, dude. Really do appreciate it. You know, time
Anytime,
is
guys. It's
our
fun.
most valuable resource, and you giving us some time, it means a lot, dude. This is fun.
Oh no, I know what it's like too, man. Like I'm telling you, 5.5 years podcast, like, it's getting people on there is exciting because it's just like we had 3 hosts too, and it's just like I don't know if I can do another week talking to you 2 motherfuckers. So like, we gotta find people real quick because like.
Yeah, we just sit here and just talk shit to each other for an hour. So if we have guests, it's actually better. It flows a little better. Dude, it looks like a guy we grew up with, Derek Heimsoft's in here. He said he might have a connection to Butterbean. That would be so sick, Butterbean.
The boxer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
knocked out Johnny Knoxville. That'd be cool.
Okay.
Butterbean was sick. I used to watch Butterbean for sure.
Butterbean.
I've seen a lot of his fights.
Butterbean. So
Yeah, I just know him from Jackass, but yeah, that's
that's
enough.
Johnny Knoxville.
That's enough.
Oh,
That's been cemented in my mind forever. So
Joseph's like a boxing, like aficionado. He knows a lot about boxing.
nice.
He's taught me a lot about boxing. He's taught me a lot. So Left to Rome is a movie. You got any other movies you want to shout out before we?
Yeah, we got Left to Rome. It's in post production. OnlyFans with A&P Productions. That's currently still in production. I'm still got a couple scenes left to do with that, so that's fun. I'm looking forward to finishing that up and getting this going for people to see. And then Hunger is just started production.
Hell yeah.
Really excited about it, and we can't wait to work with Rourke and make people.
Is that also
hopefully
like a
jump.
horror movie?
It's a psychological thriller horror. Yeah, there's going to be some
Nice.
horror elements to it, but yeah, it's definitely more of a movie about grief and regret, and living with your choices, and how some people can just turn that off, and how it always comes back. And,
is this a full length feature?
Yep, it's I believe it's going to be in the range of an hour 20, hour 30. So
Wow,
it's
amazing.
yeah, film God's willing, but we gotta get going on it to make sure it looks good. So
And that's a local. You're gonna film that locally, or
yeah, all local and up Sonora Pass and all that stuff. So yeah,
So sick. All right, man. Well, thanks for coming on. I'm gonna do some research. I can't wait I'm gonna watch Left to Rome, and I can find that just on YouTube. Probably just search Left to Rome.
yeah, it's still in post production. We're still editing that, but yeah, we're gonna
Okay.
put that in the film festival circuit once we get some, movement with that. Yeah, I'll put it up for people to see.
But OnlyFans is out, and you act in that one.
Yeah, I'm acting that one. That one's also still filming that one. They're
Okay.
still filming that one. Yeah, but it's that one. That one's gonna be fun. There's a lot of people from internationally, like or not internationally. I believe there's an actress from Canada that's in it. Like there's some August Kiss. Like she's there's a lot of people involved.
So, dude, after OnlyFans comes out, we're gonna be able to say, yeah, you know that guy in OnlyFans? Yeah, we had him on our podcast. No big deal.
Just here to help, brother. I'm here, and I'm a big proprietor of helping local and supporting local and networking with local. I love it.
Sick, dude. Me too. Very much the same. I'm a contractor, so I like to just stay local. I try to avoid going out of town, unless it's going to see Mark. He lives up in Carson City, Nevada, so that's that's the closest and furthest I'll travel is Carson City. But
Isn't that love?
We got
That's love.
filming locations if you want to come up. We got VC, we got Carson.
yeah, Virginia City, casinos and all
Just
that.
let you know, I am not a great actor.
Lots of Bud Light.
Yeah.
Lots of Bud Light.
Hey, a lot of people are not great actors. So you're fine.
I'm
You're
not.
probably better than you think. I'll tell you that. Most people
I
are.
believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Just got to do it.
Well,
Thanks
sick,
for having
dude.
me, guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. We're gonna have you come back out, be back on once the Hunger and OnlyFans come out.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be
And
great.
Joe, you'll probably see me sooner than later.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I'll be
Yeah.
seeing you soon for sure.
Sick. Thanks
Hey,
for coming
Paul.
on.
Have a good one, guys.
All right, you too.
Paul,
Bye.
buy him a drink for me. I'll pay you back.
Yeah, buy him a drink for me too. Dude. That was so sick. Man, that was a great episode, dude. I'm so glad that you know cool people, Joseph. You got
Thank you.
like
Yeah.
Rourke. Possibly we're gonna get Work's dad on. Dude, that's so sick. So who do we got next week? We got Angelo on next week.
Yeah.
G-Lo.
G-Lo next week.
And then
Musician.
we got a musician, beat maker, producer, personal security guard for Joseph sometimes. All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching this episode. Something or other. I forget, but it'll say